Behind me is one of the best vehicles that many of you don't even know you can buy brand new. I'll include a link to the Chevy and Murray's website in the description down below. They're providing us with this Express. If you have any questions, just ask for Jordan. Let's get right into it. Under the hood is a 6.6 liter V8 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Power outputs are 401 horsepower and then 464 pound-feet of torque. If you're looking for more straight-to-the-point reviews like this, make sure you subscribe. They need to start offering the Express in cooler colors, just my personal opinion. Anyways, pretty basic with the light design. I mean, look at the turn signal indicators, absolutely massive. And then, yes, this is actually not plastic, unlike a lot of modern vehicles. And you just gotta remember, this isn't gonna be pretty. This is definitely a function over form type vehicle. 245 by 75 by 16 for the tire and wheel setup. Having smaller wheels is great, makes tires less expensive and all of that. You can see the mirrors, and then notice we've got handle there and another one back there. That's to open up the back door. We also have side steps. Now here's a side profile of the side that has the opening door. And then here's the other side. You notice that, well, yeah, there's no door opening. Now when it comes to key fob features, you notice we have remote start, lock, and unlock. And yeah, it's a basic key. You actually stick this in the ignition. Now we're gonna take a look at the back first, then we'll take a look at the passenger cabin. So we actually have like a little handle here in the back. The windows open. You have these throughout for airflow. And then you have the other handle right over here. And then same thing, that for airflow. Now you're not gonna have a crazy amount of space behind these seats themselves. I'm just gonna let that close. But, I mean, you can always put stuff in the passenger area if need be, and it's kind of satisfying. You know the crazy part? This has a towing package there at the bottom. This thing can tow 10,000 pounds too. Phenomenal. And we will now pop into the passenger side. So same thing, you've got the one door, and then you have the latch down below, and you have the little side door. And this actually is another one of those little pop window things. So those are kind of throughout the van. And then inside you have a series of bench seats. Now this is the 15 passenger version, so they just keep going all the way to the back. I do like the fact you actually have a handle to help out with getting in. Then you have a series of steps. You have the side step, and then that step, and then the main load floor finally. And this feels like one of those nice old couches. I love this stuff. Why can't we have this? Anyways, again, another window that pops open. You do have vents throughout for all the rows so that everyone can get some airflow. There's also lights throughout as well. And then you guys notice there's tons of windows. They're big, so this does not feel claustrophobic whatsoever. One downside is tight getting into the back. Not only is the aisle itself pretty narrow, you've got the wheel well there that kind of juts out, but you just got to squeeze back. And let's check out the front. So again, you got the mirrors, regular glass with this. Now the gross vehicle weight rating on this is 9,900 pounds. The payload on this is 3,187 pounds. And then look at these seats. They're manual, of course, but yeah, they've got that same comfortable cushions. Like General Motors used to build such good seats. I mean, this is obviously a new car, but like new old car, right? Light controls there too. And key in the ignition. Don't even have to put my foot on the brake, just twist the key like it should be. Now taking a look at the steering wheel itself, it's kind of interesting with the trim, but it's very durable. You do have cruise control, and we do have a column shifter with a manual shift function. Mostly analog gauge cluster. You do have that little screen at the bottom, but again, that's pretty old school. Speaking of old school, look at this, physical climate controls. You have a little screen for the radio, more physical controls down below. And then you notice a little storage space here. And then you've got all of this stuff happening. So some shortcut buttons for like the lane departure, for example. Let's turn off the airbag with the key, which is kind of a cool feature. Some cup holders right here as well. You have this little storage tray. Some of the biggest sun visors. And then this is for the rear climate, by the way, those little controls right there. So this is, again, V8, $57,008. Let's take it out and see how it performs. Oh, buddy. GM. Oh, we can't build a good V8 for a pickup truck. You know, 6.2 issues, right? Yeah, they can. Yeah, they can. This 6.6 is a great engine. Best V8 that GM has right now. And you notice this is why I started reviewing these commercial vehicles. You notice that the manufacturers do things differently with commercial. There is no room for error, because if you mess it up with a commercial customer, they will never come back. You will never have another chance with them. With a retail customer, that for sure can happen. But, you know, a lot of the times people are kind of willing, because it's different levels to this. Because, like, with a commercial customer, if I buy a van and the van breaks down, I can't do my job. So not only do I have to potentially spend money in repairs if it's not covered under warranty, but I also am out of a job until the car is back up and running. Whereas, you know, it's like, oh, your car breaks down, hey, we'll get you a loaner, it's fine. It's a little bit different. But yeah, they always make these commercial vehicles just better. What a monster of an engine. I just drove the 4.3 before this, and I can confirm that was stupid of the Tundra. It was a little bit too late to pull out, buddy. Anyways, can confirm the V8 has a lot more power. I actually still like that 4.3 V6 quite a bit. It's a very smooth engine. But yeah, this is nice. It's crazy. 15 passenger V8. They just don't make them like this anymore. They really don't. Yeah, it's big though. It is big. It's amazing how smooth this is. Something that I love about naturally aspirated engines is they're incredibly smooth. You get that instant delivery and then it just builds up power throughout the RPM range. Turbo engines, you know, you always get that tapering off. And you know, I can hear like the chassis a little bit in this. It's not going to be as insulated as some modern stuff, but I don't really care. Don't really care. It's quiet enough and drives well enough. Train coming through. So, to conclude, I've now reviewed 3 Expresses. I've reviewed the short version with the V8, which is crazy. I mean, that thing's basically a sports car. You have a 400 horsepower, big displacement V8 in a pretty small cargo van. That thing's a monster. Man, if I was like a plumber or something like that, I mean, maybe it's not big enough for a plumber. But anyways, that'd be such a great van to have. I just, like, now that I've seen it, this is one of those things where it's very eye-opening to me. It's just like when I reviewed that Transit Passenger, and I was like, okay, well, you know, and that thing was expensive. This thing, again, sub 60, that thing was like over 70. But I'm like, okay, so I could buy instead of a full-size SUV, if I really needed to move a lot of people, I could buy one of these cargo vans. And I would be able to move way more people and comfortably, and it wouldn't be any more money. Like, the value proposition there, very strong. This engine's such a monster. But now that I see this, I go, so I could buy, like, look at the new Kia Telluride. Right? Everyone's going after that car. It's exciting. I get it. It's got some cool features. You could buy a Kia Telluride with a turbo 4-cylinder that's probably, not guaranteed, but probably going to have some issues, right? They have that 100,000 mile warranty for a reason. Or, and that thing will only fit, what is it? So 2 up front, you could get a bench seat in some models, and I can't remember if it's 2 or 3 in the back. I think it's either a 7 or 8 passenger max. But anyways, you get that. Or you could get this V8, will go guaranteed hundreds of thousands of miles, fit 15 passengers. You know what I mean? Like, it seems like it's a pretty easy choice to make, if you ask me. So that's the Express V8 passenger. I think it's worth at least looking at one of these if you've got a bigger family, right? Like, if you're looking at a 3-row SUV or a full-size SUV, a lot of you probably aren't going to buy one of these. You're probably still going to buy the SUV because it's more plush. I get it. but I think it's at least worth looking at. So you can at least, you know, mark it off your list and be like, yeah, you know, not for me.